You're a damn fool, you know that? Standing there, all broken and hopeless. You're pathetic. Look at yourself. Look at what you've become. No, scratch that. You've always been like this, haven't you? Always looking for someone to save you. Always looking for some easy way out. You think the world gives a damn about your excuses? You think anyone cares about your sob story? You're nothing more than a speck of dust in the storm. Insignificant, weak, and forgotten. I've seen 1,000 like you, and they all end the same way. Beaten down, whining, crying for mercy that'll never come. This world, it doesn't give mercy. It doesn't hand you anything. It takes. It strips you bare and leaves you with nothing but your miserable excuses. And you stand there like some helpless victim, thinking life owes you something. It owes you nothing, not a damn thing. Why? Why do you let yourself fall like this? What makes you so special, huh? You think your pain is unique? You think you've suffered more than anyone else? Get real. Get fucking real. The world is full of pain. Everyone's got scars, but they don't all sit around like you, feeling sorry for themselves. Number the strong ones, the ones that matter. They get up. They bleed. They break. But they don't stop. They don't whine. They fight. But you crumble at the first sign of hardship. You let the world beat you into submission because you're too much of a coward to stand up. Too scared to take what's yours. Too weak to demand anything from life. You're just sitting there, waiting for a miracle. Waiting for someone to come and drag your sorry ass out of the mud. Wake up. No one's coming. No one's going to pull you up. You've got two choices. Stay down there in the dirt, where you belong, or get the fuck up and fight for something. Fight for anything. But don't you dare keep sitting there, thinking you're a victim. You're not. You're just lazy. Lazy and scared. You've got power inside you. Power you don't even understand. You've got the strength to tear this world apart if you want to. But what do? You sit there and waste it. You let fear control you. You let doubt eat you alive. And for what? For what? A little bit of comfort? A little bit of peace? That's not peace. That's weakness. That's surrender. Look around you. You think the people who've made it to the top got there by being soft, by crying about how hard life is. They tore their way through everything. They clawed and fought and bled for every inch. They weren't handed a damn thing, and neither will you. So, stop crying. Stop acting like the world is against you. The world doesn't care. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your feelings. And it sure as hell doesn't care about your excuses. You're the only one who can change this. You're the only one who can decide to stand up and take control. And if you don't, then stay down. Stay in the dirt where you belong. Be nothing. Be forgotten. But don't you dare whine about it, because it's your choice. It's always been your choice. You don't want to feel pain. Too bad. Pain is the price of power. Pain is the price of survival. If you can't handle it, then step aside and let the real fighters through. Let the ones who have the guts to embrace the struggle rise above. But if you want to survive, if you want to be more than just another failure, you have to learn to love the fight. You have to learn to love the burn in your muscles, the sting in your heart, the ache in your bones. This life, it's war. Every day is a battle. And if you don't treat it like one, it'll chew you up and spit you out. You're already halfway there, lying on the ground, begging for mercy. But mercy is weakness. Mercy is for the soft. You want mercy, you won't get it. Not from me, not from this world, not from anything. You either stand up or you stay down. It's that simple. And don't you even try to tell me you've done your best. You haven't. You haven't even scratched the surface of what you're capable of. You're too scared to see it. You're too scared to push yourself past the breaking point. Because deep down, you'd rather stay comfortable. You'd rather stay weak. It's easier that way, isn't it? Easier to sit in your little pity party and tell yourself you're doing enough. But enough isn't enough. Enough is never enough. If you want to survive, if you want to rise above the filth, you've got to give everything. Not half, not most, but everything. You have to be willing to bleed, to break, to lose everything you've ever known, and still keep going. You have to be willing to walk through the fire and come out the other side, no matter what it takes. So, what's it going to be? You going to stay down there, licking your wounds, waiting for someone to fix your problems? Or are you going to stand the fuck up and take what's yours? You going to let this world beat you? Or are you going to fight back? Because right now, all I see is a coward. All I see is someone who's afraid of their own potential. Someone who's too scared to take the risks. Too scared to fail. Too scared to get their hands dirty. You're a fool if you think that fear will keep you safe. Fear will chain you, hold you down, make you its slave. But power is freedom. And the only way to get power is to tear that fear apart, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but raw, unrelenting strength. You think you've suffered? You haven't even begun to suffer. You think you fought? You haven't even started. You want real strength? Real power? Then you have to go deeper. You have to push harder. You have to face everything you've ever feared, everything that's ever held you back, and rip it to shreds. Because in the end, it's not the pain that'll destroy you. It's not the struggle that'll break you. It's you. Your weakness, your excuses, your fears. They're the real enemy. And until you face that, until you kill that part of yourself, you'll always be weak. You'll always be a victim. You want to cry? Go ahead, cry. Let those tears fall for every opportunity you threw away. Let them fall for every time you chose comfort over challenge, every time you backed down when the stakes got high. But let me tell you something about those tears. They don't mean a damn thing. Tears are weakness leaving the body. But unless you do something with that pain, with that weakness, it's just water dripping off your face. It changes nothing. This world isn't going to stop moving just because you shed a few tears. It's ruthless, relentless, and it's going to keep pushing you until you either break or rise. So cry if you want to, but once you're done, you better be ready to bleed for what's next. You think you're tired now? You think you're worn out? Pushed to your limits? This is nothing. This is the first step on a path that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about pain. You haven't even scratched the surface of what it means to truly fight. You think your muscles ache? Good. That's progress. You think your mind is weary? Great. That means you're finally starting to wake up to the reality of this world. But don't you dare mistake this for the end of the road. This is just the beginning. The real test comes when you feel like you've got nothing left. When you're begging for rest and life hits you even harder. That's when you find out what you're made of. That's when you decide whether you're going to be a goddamn warrior or another name lost to time. You want respect? You want to be someone people remember, someone who leaves a mark? Then earn it. Earn it by doing what no one else is willing to do. Earn it by grinding when everyone else quits. You think those who rule this world got there by playing it safe, by waiting for a handout. Number. They took it. They went into the fire and came out forged in something stronger than steel, something unbreakable. And you have that in you too, but you're too scared to see it, too scared to unleash the beast inside, because you think it'll consume you. Well, news flash. It will consume you. It'll consume everything weak and worthless about you, and what's left will be something you never knew you could be. Something powerful, something unstoppable. And let me make one thing clear. You don't get to half-ass this. You either go all in, or you don't go at all. This isn't some game you can play when you feel like it. You don't get to dip your toe in and then back out when it gets hard. The second you hesitate, the second you flinch, You've already lost. You need to make a decision right now, right here. Are you going to be the kind of person who faces the fire head on, who fights through the chaos and comes out stronger? Or are you going to let fear choke you, hold you back, and bury you where you stand? Choose now, because every second you waste is another second closer to your defeat. So, make a choice. Either stand the fuck up and fight, or lie down and die. But don't pretend you didn't have a choice. You've always had a choice. The only question is, are you strong enough to make the right one? Or will you keep being a fool? Because the truth is, nobody's going to save you. Not me, not anyone. This is your fight. And if you don't learn to embrace the pain, to embrace the struggle, then you'll be nothing more than another nameless face in the crowd. Forgotten, buried, gone. So what's it going to be? Remember this moment. Burn it into your mind. The fear, the pain, the doubt. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you every single day that weakness is a choice, and so is strength. This world isn't going to change for you. It's not going to soften its blows. But you can change. You can rise. You can fight. You can become something greater than you ever imagined, but only if you stop lying to yourself. Only if you stop holding back. So take this pain, this anger, this fire inside, and let it consume the old you. Let it burn away everything that's holding you back, and step into the chaos with eyes wide open. The world won't know what hit it.